For those of you who don't know me, I'm Linda Dvorak. I'm the president of the HOA here at Hunters Ridge. I want to thank all the elected officials and people who have come out to recognize all the good deeds of the community today. I want to thank the organizers for really putting together a nice event. Southwest Florida has some of the friendliest and most wonderful people around. I'm proud to live here. I want to personally thank the people who delivered food from the YMCA and the launderers from Hunters Ridge. I'm a firm believer in those small actions that we all take can really make a better life for everyone. So thanks to everyone, and now on with the program.
First of all, I want to make sure that
Right up close.
I want to make sure that everybody
It's
knows
on. It's on his right.
why we're doing this. We're doing it to honor the volunteers. We got two groups. Normally, this would be done in city council. If that had been, each group would have got maybe 5 to 10 minutes max, and they would not have wanted to give it out individually. Be the leaders only that would receive it. So that's the big reason we're having it here. And I really want to thank Nancy Walls and Kevin, because having the reception started early was good, because we're running a little bit fashionably late. What I want to do is recognize first the organizers of the both groups. I'm going to take the YMCA first, but that means that Nancy will be the last person to make comments. Angel, are you here? Come on up. He happens to be the executive director of the Y, and there was a mandate put out by the bigger YMCA that controls all the Ys in this area, that they wanted the Y to step up to the plate and get volunteers to go out and distribute fruit, bottled water, and MREs to the areas of actually Bonita, and then they asked them to hit Fort Myers too, because the Fort Myers Y was out of power and kind of messed up from Ian. So what they did was every day for about a month, they have a retired school bus, and they would load it up in the morning and go out in Bonita. They would go to the poorest areas of Bonita and hand out those products. Then they'd come back to the Y and restock the bus, and they would head up to North Fort Myers, up around Palm Boulevard, I think it's called. I rode that bus one time. Actually, the bus ride was worse than the worst part of the thing. Because it was the old, straight up and down back, straight seat, and they weren't very well upholstered, even though they had upholstery on. That wears you out. But, and they wanted to get me to get a certificate. I said, no, you guys get it. But I think what they did helped a lot of people, and they were all income people. That's the big thing. I'm going to let him talk to you a little bit about some of the statistics on what they did, and I'm going to give him a certificate.
Thank you very much, Fred. First and foremost, thank you to everyone that organized this, and for the acknowledgments. We truly appreciate it. As Fred said, I'm Angel Cerritos. I'm the Executive Director for the Bonita Springs YMCA. I have the privilege to work with a variety of partners and community members, staff, and volunteers to achieve our mission to serve those in need. And so with that, during the hurricane, which happened on a Wednesday, we quickly pivoted to offer services to the community that a couple days after. So that Friday, the YMCA of Southwest Florida, which covers the region from Manatee County down to Bonita Springs, became community hubs where people could come in and take hot showers, get out of the elements, have access to air conditioning, and be able to charge their electronics to get a hold of their loved ones right after the devastation of Hurricane Ian. We also became a food pickup site. So families, individuals, and those that needed could come to one of the YMCAs that was open to be able to have access to those needed resources. Bonita Springs YMCA specifically, we also, as Fred mentioned, were able to grab our school bus and convert it into a mobile food pantry, where thanks to the support of partners like Harry Food, Chapin, our staff and our volunteers, we were able to bring food, water, clothing, and other necessities to surrounding communities, which included the Bonita Springs area, Cape Coral, and Fort Myers. And we were able to do that for almost 2 months after the hurricane. We knew that there was a huge necessity in the community for those that were affected. And as Fred mentioned, we did target underserved communities to make sure that they had access to food, water, and other necessities during the devastation of the hurricane. Collectively, the Bonita Springs YMCA served about 2,000 people in our community hubs. About 1,000 families received clothing, water, and other necessities. And we provided nearly 3,000 meals and over 17,000 bottles of water. As the YMCA of Southwest Florida, within the Southwest Florida region, collectively with 8 branches, we were able to provide over 71 tons of food and water to our neighbors in need and served over 15,000 meals throughout those 1.5 to 2 months period. All of this would not be possible without the support of our staff, our volunteers, our board members, our contributors. We have various different donors, partners like Harry Food Chapin, that allowed us to have these resources so that we would be able to go out into the community and provide what was needed during that period of time. So thank you to our volunteers. Many of them are here today, and our staff in the back over here for allowing us to.
Now, the way this is working, we're giving the organizers their certificates from the city. Then when Congressman Donald's staff is here and they're passing out certificates, all the volunteers will get their city certificate and the congressional certificate in one folder. It's such a big group. But one other thing I want to point out, thank you. With this many certificates, there'll probably be 1 or 2 that, in spite of everybody's efforts, might have a typo on the name. If that happens, all you have to do is return it to your organizer, and we can get it replaced correctly. There may be, we guarantee it's not going to happen, if somebody will get a folder, we think it's for them and it's not for them, but same thing, give it to your organizer and they'll get it straightened out. So the next organizers I want to have come up would be Kevin and Nancy Walls, the host of the reception, but also the organizers of what's called the Volunteers of the Hunters Ridge Laundry Brigade. I've got a certificate for both of you, and then you get another certificate from the Congressman staff.
All right, thank you, sir. Okay, all right. Can you hear me? Yeah. All right. I'm just going to say a few things real quickly because a lot of people don't know what really happened because we didn't have Comcast. So, Kevin and Nancy Walls of Hunters Ridge sent a flyer to non-FPL emergency response crews who were sent to support FPL's effort to restore power at the old racetrack where they were stationed. I don't know if you all saw them, but there were like 2,000 trucks there. A request for help to laundry their clothing, work clothes, and other items went out Thursday, September 30th, 2022, by word of mouth or texting in Hunters Ridge. I think Nancy Cito started it, and it took off from there. Because we didn't have contests, so we couldn't do email or anything like that. The crew workers requested snacks be provided, so they had something to eat between breakfast, lunch, and dinner when their shift ended. It could have been midnight, could have been 10 o'clock at night, could have been 7 o'clock in the morning. So volunteer men and women using their washing machines and dryers did 2 loads of laundry per day at least. Hunters Ridge Laundry Brigade began. We service these companies: Villard, MDR Construction and Emergency Response, Lewis Tree Service, PLS, and ARC. Home states and countries were Canada, Oklahoma, Mississippi, Tennessee, Michigan, Alabama, Ohio, Indiana, South Carolina, and New Hampshire. We had 114 men and women linemen and emergency response workers we cared for. 267 loads of laundry were done, and there were 113 Hunters Ridge volunteers. Every bag of clean laundry received a bag of snacks, Gatorade water, and some Hunters Ridge homemade cookies. A big hit! Sherry, where's Nancy Aldrich? Where's Lori Holly isn't here? Big hit, ladies, okay? And then we also sent with them a thank you note from Hunters Ridge. And I really think we have some very special people in our midst. Tish Tucker, you have beautiful penmanship. You also have a beautiful mind. And you started these thank you notes, and it took off from there. I'm going to read it. Dear Mr. Lineman, thank you for being here for us. We know you left your loved ones and the comfort of your home to help those in need. We are grateful beyond words and so pleased to be able to do something for you. You are our hero. May God bless you and keep you safe. Hunters Ridge Community, Bonita Springs. Very nice. But some of the volunteers in the Laundry Brigade also wrote their own thank you notes. And they were saying, they saved us. They were our heroes because of the devastation down here and how people were so devastated and unhappy and no communication and all that. So it was a good thing both ways. The workers were very touched by this too. Shane Johnson from our construction emergency response team from Indiana stated that in his 40 years in working disasters across the country, including Katrina, he has never seen anything like this. The help Hunters Ridge provided helped his crew work on high voltage response quicker and were able to stay on the jobs longer because they knew their laundry was being taken care of. And we know how dirty that laundry was. The Laundry Brigade was informed about 10 days later that the crews were being transferred to other areas up north in Port Charlotte to restore power in those devastated areas of Florida. And some were released to go home at that time. Mission exceptionally well done. Thank you, Hunters Ridge.
Nancy, Kevin, please stay here. All of us in the brigade, but also the Y, would like to say thank you to you guys for not only being such organizers and caring so much, but also for hosting us here with the shrimp and the wine and everything else. Let's hear it for Nancy and Kevin.
Make sure this is on.
You're on.
We ought to turn the PA up. Yeah, we had it working so good the other day, you could talk like that. It's still good. No, I was here, I know.
He doesn't want to block his handsome face.
That's right. I think the other thing I want to say is there was it took a lot of effort to get this done, but I think it was well worth it. I think everybody here that was a volunteer deserves this. And unfortunately, there's other areas of the city that had some volunteers that I don't know about them, so we couldn't get them recognized. Now, what I want to do is call up Laura from Congressman Donald's office. Laura? I guess, is it Laura or Lara?
Lara.
Lara.
Yep. The New York Hard Egg. Hi, everyone. Hi. Good afternoon. Thank you so much for having me here today, and it's such a pleasure to be around all of you good Samaritans. I just want to introduce myself. I'm Lara. I'm the Community Outreach Director for Congressman Donald's, and that is Stephanie over there. Stephanie Newrock is a huge champion for our veterans in the district, as well as SBA issues, FEMA, and SSA. So if there's any other cases that you may have, come meet with us. My sincere apologies for the congressman missing today. He was pulled for an important vote. It is not about former President Trump, but we don't know yet. But I'm sincerely apologetic for that because I know he would love to be here today. We just really wanted to thank you all for your huge contribution to this community. I'm a firm believer of in dark times, you see someone's true colors. And it's really great looking out on this crowd and seeing such a fantastic, beautiful bunch of people who just had no reason really to want to help in such a hard time like we had over the past few months. And you still were like, let me pick up anything I can and put together over almost 300 care packages and 71,000 meals. I mean, give yourselves a round of applause. Like, that is just absolutely incredible. So I just really want to thank all of you, for that. And, just hearing the stories walking around today about the YMCA and Laundry Brigade was just very impressive. That was really about it. I hope you all enjoy your lunch, and I'm really excited to hand out these certifications. It's a small form of gratitude, but you all deserve it all, everything and more. So, thank you. Oh. Angel Cerritos? Cerritos? Okay. Yes.
Mark, you want to come up to Mark Sewin, the chairman of Y.
Mark Sewin as well? Okay. Yes, of course. Oh, yes, the whole volunteer group in the back. Yes, please, come join us. We'll take a
No,
picture.
they're going to come up.
Oh, individually. I'm so sorry about that. Yes. Here you go. I didn't know if you wanted to take a picture or anything like that. We can take all the pictures afterwards if you want. All right, great. And who is next?
Mark Sewin.
Yes.
Now, here are the two for Nancy and Wall.
And if Nancy and Kevin Walls can come up and get their certification. What a power couple over here. Thank you.
Now, you guys might as well stay up here. Very shortly, we're going to be reading the names and then the organizers can be in line. So, Nigel?
Yes, sir.
What we're going to do, what we're going to do is read the names slowly. First will be the YMCA group, that's the small one at the bottom of the list you have. It's on the last page, the next to last page.
I have it.
Okay. He'll call the name, you come up, and you'll get a folder, but both certificates are in that folder. We didn't want to have that many people come up twice. And then you'll go through a receiving line, she'll shake your hand, I will. probably mark if he's here. And then the organizers, and then that's it. When we're done, then that's party time.
Party time. All right, we have a picture. Oh,
You wanna
and
get
pictures.
pictures?
Okay, you got it.
Yeah.
Okay, so what am I taking
Oh,
now?
no.
Oh, great, you're going off. Okay.
I get that.
Thank you.
So my name is Nigel Fullick. I am a city councilman here in Benita, but actually my job is I'm Fred Forbes' personal assistant. And all of you know that feeling, right? Yeah, as we all are. You know he's giving Fred any credit. One of the things, he was so passionate about making sure everyone is honored today. He's been working this out, and he really deeply cares about this community. I found that out about Fred. He's a pretty humble guy. Too busy all the time, but nonetheless, this was personal for him. So Fred, thank you for everything you've done. Go ahead. So we're going to be honoring the YMCA bus food list first, and I'm going to call out Angel Cerritos, Andrew Brown. Is Andrew here? No. Andrew, so Giovanni Cerritos, Jennifer Cerritos, Nathan Golson, Will Gunther, Rebecca Hensley,
If they're not right, you can screw
Monica Tacone. Is it Tacone or Tacone? Outstanding. I usually rarely write the first time, so thank you. Vanessa Tacone
Rebecca, Will.
and Robert Zakari. And our CBS cameraman back there, Antonio, is asking if we get the group together. So Fred, if you will get in with your folks here, I'll get out of the way.
Yeah.
Here's another one.
Why don't we form up here so they can get in, and we want to be over this way. All pictures we better with on the video.
Can you imagine him directing a movie? It'd be over budget.
Antonio's just mad.
Squeeze together.
Squeeze together.
Squeeze together, please.
Get cozier, cozy up.
Yeah, come on, let's get more over this way.
All right.
Only because of the camera.
Right here. Right here. Okay, I will get in there, please. Thank you.
I think what we ought to do is, when we give out the ones to the Hunters Ridge people, what we'll do is pause and do the pictures like every 10 people. Because that way we'll, too big a crowd, we don't want to have to come back up to do it after.
Does that work for you, Antonio?
Now remember that we got to stand over.
Okay, who are we doing next?
So are we doing the laundry brigade next?
Yes.
All right, sir. Then I'm going to ask Nancy Ulrich, Janice Alsop,
Here, Nancy. Okay.
Jan Barmore, Rich Bean,
This is Nancy.
Diane Bell, Richard Bonifer, Adriana Bonifer, playing golf,
Yeah.
Jerry Breen,
Stay there, Nancy.
Nancy, come back. Come back, Nancy, come back. We'll put the rose between the thorns here. Jerry Breen, Barbara Bullock,
There she comes.
Jim do I have this pronunciation? Cirencioni, and Sharon Cirencioni. Not here. They won't even use their names. Diane Cook, Judy Corbett,
Yeah. Okay.
Mary Corsi, Virginia Cullison, Don Cullison,
She left.
Ralph Cutter, Gail DeMaria, Carol Doak, and Alan Doak.
There she is. Okay.
I'm not judging. Mary Eden, Eden. Chuck and Mary K. Fieldman. Harold Foote. Joanne Conley. Janet Franz. Is that Janet? Yes, it is. Jan Gibson. Carol Greenhall. Josie Gunther. Ellen Hagan.
Come on, Ellen, get up here.
Is that a big enough group, Fred?
Yeah, that's big enough. All right, everybody smile.
Guys, you jumped on that.
Smile. Here we go. Nancy, you gotta get in there.
Get in the back.
All right, here we go. All right,
Come on,
here we go.
squeeze.
And smile.
Turn on the angle.
All right, look our way.
Okay?
So I continue on. Sue Hanson, Laura Harrington, Sharon Hastings, Jerry and Ann Heck, Lori Holly, Terry Hoover and Jerry Hoover, Fred Hubert. Where's Fred? There's Fred. Colleen Ingoglia. How'd I do, Colleen? Pretty good. Listen, with a name like Nigel, trust me, I understand. Denise Jones. Sue Coe. Joanne and Skip Clone. Greg Kepfer. Jan Kepfer. Ah, the E is silent. Jane, sorry.
You guys.
Now I know why Fred didn't want to do this. Bob Landers.
No, not you.
Mary Lind. Fran Manella. Fran, you're here?
Yeah, I'm here, I'm here.
That's a big enough group, don't you think?
Yeah.
Thank you. Oh, thank you.
People in front of you. I think you'll be seen behind me.
Mr. DeMille, they're ready for their close-up.
Great.
Greg. Come on, Jane, get up here. This is not quiet.
What are we singing today?
Let's cozy up.
Squeeze in.
Let's cozy.
Squeeze. Squeeze in. And smile.
You got it?
Done?
Got it? All right, thank you.
Moving on. Bob Landers.
No, he's not here.
Oh, Bob got
You
it.
got it.
I got it.
Mary Lind. Fran Manella.
You already got it. You already
Got it.
got it.
Oh, so my thumb's in the wrong place. You did extra laundry, so you get extra. Did I call Bert and Erlene Lawrence? Ah, there we go. Back on track. I see Bert. Ed Lewis and Joanne Lewis.
Yes.
We're on a roll.
Yeah, we are.
Suzanne Lowe. Dave and Noel, is it Majiris or Mahiris? Not here.
No.
Andrea Mann. Kathy Maury. Benjamin McGarvey and Judy McGarvey. Jan McVeigh. Mary Lou Michelini. Michelini. Rick Miller. Ruth Miller? No. Bill and Sherry Mink.
Yes.
Yes. Where are the Minks?
That's one of them, isn't it?
Okay, let's squeeze together.
Cozy up, you guys. All right, look this way, y'all. I want to see nice smiles. Ready, and one more. I got it.
Sue Mitchum. Janice and David Mashinsky.
They're here.
I'm sorry, David Mashinsky and Janine Mashinsky.
There you go.
And Janice Morganda. Ron and Sandra Parmiter, got it right the first time. Pat and Margie Riley. Marie Rexroth. And Mark Rogers and Marcy Rogers. Struck out. Paul and Judy Roth.
Yes, you're here.
They are here?
Yes.
There they go. Exciting. Deb Ruttenberg. Bob and Holly Sanders.
There you go.
David and Shirley Schmidt.
All right. All right, that's enough. We got to cozy up here.
Come this way, Olivia.
If you didn't like each other before, you will now.
All right, we got to get cozy enough.
Just
Yeah.
stand over there. Right here.
Ready, and smile. One more. I got it.
Nancy Cito. Donna Silva. Kelly Simons. Diane Simon. Gary Speenberg. Tish Tucker. Rich and Michelle Uselding. Did I get that right? Yep. Uh-oh. And Jean Van Noddy.
She's coming.
And Rich is there too. I'm sorry, Rich and Michelle Uselding. Pat Van Noddy?
Yeah.
Jean Van Noddy, we got it,
Yeah,
sorry.
we got them.
Michelle Walker and Diane Warren. Bobby Weisbach. Marilyn Wentz. Teresa Wingrove and Bill Wingrove. Don Wierzbinski and Pat Wierzbinski. They're here. And Jim and Joyce Zimmer.
Somebody get to the back. Okay. Joyce, I can't see you. I need you to move. Come to the front. Joyce, come in front. There you go. Thank you. Ready, and smile. One more. Smile. Got it.
Trevor, my duty's done. My duty's done. All of you, thank you so much on behalf of council. You guys are great, but is anybody in here really surprised at our community spirit?
No.
So God bless you all. Thank you.
Lara is going to come up and virtually give us a flag that flew over the Capitol for Hunters Ridge and one for the YMCA. My suggestion would be fly it during 4th of July week, retire it, put it in a display case with a suitable plaque saying how you got it. So Lara, where are you at?
It's actually en route, so it's going to be coming.
Pardon?
It's en route, it's on its way.
Oh,
It's going
you mean the flag's on its way?
Carrying over
It
Southern
actually
Florida.
arrived?
Yes, it's actually
That's
arrived.
amazing. I thought we were going to pretend we had a flag.
No, we are.
Okay, well, I guess what we can do is enjoy ourselves till the flags arrive.
All right.
And I want to say one thing, that I really do believe that Hunters Ridge and the YMCA and the volunteers really exhibit the best about Southwest Florida and about living in Bonita Springs, Hunters Ridge, we're all one group of people. Sometimes we don't agree on it. And when we don't, sometimes it gets pretty tough. But the final analysis, we've got people on both sides of many issues all working together as a team. Thank you.
Thank you, Fred. I do want to, if I can get, I want to say Laura, but it's not, it's Laura, and staff get with the Bonita Estero Women's Club. Would you come up for a picture, please? And I don't know if there's any other groups that need special pictures, but otherwise, let's enjoy the shrimp and all the great food and beverage that Nancy and Kevin Walls are providing for us. Thank you so much.
Because I was involved.
All right. We want you guys over here.
Come over here.
Nancy's the organizer.
Come on, Diane.
I'm with these two. I'm with these two. Another way the movie that would take me home. They're driving me fully out.
Oh, that's why you're turning
Whatever you want to do. Nice dinner and movie. Good to see you. I will. Well, I've heard many great reviews. I've never heard anything bad about it. Reviews are really good.
Cozy up more.
All right. Thank you later. I will.
I don't have to. Lucky you.
Come closer, Nigel. Come on. Go back. You need help on that? How are you doing? You need help?
Mine has an option where you can put the distance on it, and I'll send it to you. I have this. See how I have this?